Center. Okay. Is your phone on off?
It's on mute.
That works. All right, so I'm going to say hello basically, and then I'm going to go ahead and introduce you, or actually ask you to introduce yourself.
Okay.
And I'm going to remind you to tell people how to get in touch with you because everybody always forgets the important part.
Yeah.
So, all right. Good morning. It's Andrea Prober with Great Expectations Realty, and I am joined by Union Home Mortgage this morning. David is going to be talking to us about all things mortgages. So why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and where you do it.
Yeah, good morning, Andrea. Thank you for having me today. So I'm David Drozdowski. I'm with Union Home Mortgage. We have a great team here in Ocala. John Celebre, Pepper Kinzer, Mike Zeisk, and Jeff Hill are also on the team. We're mortgage lenders, so really the best way that I describe what I do is I help people get into homes. And a lot of times it starts with a simple phone conversation, introductory conversation, exploring what their goals are, what their family needs are, and try to help them build a roadmap to get to the goal that they want to accomplish.
Well, we've had some wild fluctuations in the market recently because we've had those interest rates going up. How is that really affecting what you do and how you do it?
So there has been a lot of news about the Federal Reserve and the Federal Reserve raising rates. When you see on the news the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates, they're not talking about mortgage rates. They're actually talking about the overnight lending rate, that in which they lend to other banks. But in a roundabout way, it affects mortgage rates. Right?
It does, yes.
So we have seen really in the last 95 days, I would say, a pretty volatile increase in mortgage rates as the Federal Reserve says that they want to go after inflation or try to really capture and control inflation. So we've gone from the range of, let's just say, 3.75 as an average rate to interest rates really more of a range around 6%.
Which is that's considerably higher.
Yeah,
when you really put it into numbers as to what a buyer can now afford, that's a considerable decrease in their buying abilities.
Yeah, so it's added basically 2 points to interest rate or 2% to interest rate, or around math, let's just say about $245 to a payment on a $280,000 mortgage.
Yeah, and not everyone's going to get approved for that kind of addition.
Yeah, it has taken, it's really impacted the first-time buyer segment, affordable housing. That is something that all across the county, affordable housing has impacted.
Yeah. I think basically the lower segment, maybe going 200,000 and under, or 250 and under, I think they're the ones that are affected the most. Even with the crazy market that we had, those just seem like those houses just disappeared so quickly.
And yeah, one of the things that is really driving the market, true economics, supply and demand, right? There's just not enough units out there to meet the demand, not just affordable housing, but across all price ranges.
Yeah. In our county, it's kind of interesting, but, speaking from my own observations, having, the 2-bedroom homes, it's very rare, actually. We have them in 55 plus communities, but we really don't see them anywhere else. We're more of a 3-2 cookie cutter home type thing. We really don't even have that many apartment buildings and stuff like that. It's very rare to have a condo complex. We tend to build out, not up.
Yeah, and I also think that there has been a change with consumers. There's been a shift in people working from home.
There has.
Now that 3-bedroom, they really want a 4th-bedroom office.
True. Very true. I can't tell you how many people have moved over here going, well, compared to where I'm at in California or New York or something like that, I know I can afford a 5-bedroom or 6-bedroom home.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. They are definitely making, and you can kind of see that if you go to some of the developers. A lot of them are building these massive, 2-story homes, 10 feet from the next house over. And, so they don't really need, a huge yard. They're wanting a huge house. So it's kind of crazy what the demand is going for.
Yeah, well, consumer preferences. I mean,
It's true.
they're going
That's
for the
true.
consumer preference.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to how we put the pieces together, the interest rate, the payment, I start the conversation off with my clients, listening. That's the most important thing. Just asking them, what is your goal? That's what I told you in the beginning. What is your goal? And I'll ask them, are they working with a realtor? That's so important.
Well, I appreciate that.
I tell everybody there's two ways you can go about it. What I call the hunt and peck method, which is like you type online, you click around, you call, and that listing's already been sold. I tell the customers, hey, you probably have a full-time job. Why don't you get with Andrea? Her full-time job is to find your dream home.
Right.
But where I come in as the lender is we want to see where that customer qualifies for. There are so many people that get started with a home search. They're really excited about their search. And they overlook the financing part. And it's putting the cart before the horse. Or
I cannot tell you how many times I will have somebody come in to say, hey, here's the house. They will have everything down, figured out. They'll have, exactly what they want to pay monthly. They'll have all of that, and they have not talked to a lender. And it's like they're so terrified to talk to a lender. And I'm like, that's like going to the grocery store and not knowing how much money is in your wallet. That's crazy, and you're asking me to take you to the grocery store. It's just not going to work. So I'm like, we have to just take away that fear. I mean, have you seen that they're just really worried to talk to you?
Yeah, so I'm actually surprised when I have conversations with clients. They're nervous. They're nervous to talk to me, and a lot of times they're like, well, I didn't know what my credit score was going to be. I didn't know. They're like discouraged before we even had the conversation.
Yeah.
And a lot of times at the end of the conversation, they're like, wow, that was so easy. And I told you in the beginning, like, I build a roadmap. We want to help the client. We want to help people get into homes. Let's build a roadmap. Let's build a strategy, really, like, what can you afford? Okay, so those homes you cannot afford, let's not even waste our time looking at those homes. We know what you can afford. Now let's put a strategy together. We talked about inventory being in a crunch. How can we make offers, make the best offer, and get it accepted?
Right. And that's exactly it. We want them. Our goal is to get them into a home.
Yeah.
That is the whole goal. That's their goal. Obviously, they don't want to come and talk to a realtor or talk to a lender if they're not actually shopping for a home. Their goal is to get into the home. Our goal is to help them do that. And we want them to be happy with their purchase. I don't want to, sell somebody a home that they're not happy with. So yeah, just working together on that sort of thing is huge.
So you asked me about interest rates. There's so many different things, and everybody's situation is completely different based on their family size or bedroom, bathroom count, income. What is their credit score? What product fits them best? Big misnomer that a lot of people think you need 20% down.
Oh, I've heard that even now. I'm going, are you kidding me? Who still thinks that?
There's a lot of customers, they think I can't get into a home until I save 20%. There's a lot of great programs out there. Conventional loans, if you're a first-time buyer, 3% down as a minimum. First-time buyer, the definition is actually you haven't had a home in 3 years. If you've not owned a home in 3 years, you're once again a first-time buyer.
That's crazy.
There's FHA loans. FHA loans, 3.5% down. They're more flexible with past credit history. A lot of people are afraid. They think, well, my past credit history, I'll never get to home ownership, or I'm going to rent forever. There's great programs like USDA, Royal Development, 100% financing. So much of our county is available for USDA.
USDA is a fantastic program. It's actually my favorite. I know I shouldn't play favorites on that, but it really is. It's a fantastic, fantastic program. And so few people know about it or understand it. And it drives me crazy because we have in Marion County so much that, I mean, Golden Ocala actually technically is in USDA financing. I mean, it probably would like way overqualify. Those houses are expensive, but
Yeah.
but it's still, that's considered rural development. Anything outside of the city limits, really. But it's just so available to us, and people just don't utilize it or don't know about it.
There's so many great things for our county as far as the different cities, the availability. I almost feel like the drive time, no matter where you go, is the same.
Yeah, pretty much is. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything is 20 minutes.
So there's another product that I guess would be my favorite if we're going to pick favorites.
Go ahead. What is it?
It's a VA loan, Veterans Loan Administration. We love our veterans.
Really?
100% financing for veterans. There are some.
I have to ask, why is that one your favorite? For me, I always think of it as like more expensive or more difficult or whatever. And that might just be my own in education, but why is it your favorite?
Because it's actually an entitlement. Veterans served our country. Mm-hmm. And they have a VA entitlement because of their service. They can use this product, no money down.
Right.
And it's really great. Back to the first-time buyers. I mean, it really helps first-time buyers.
It does. It does. And I know that it's a little bit more difficult to get through the appraisal process or whatever, just because they're a little more picky, because they don't want, you know, a veteran to go in and have no money down and be that first time buyer, and then, you know, a year down the road have to replace the roof.
Yeah.
So I do understand why they are like that. But why VA over USDA? Because they're both no money down.
They both are. I just like the veteran aspect. You know, you mentioned the appraisal. One of the big misnomers that I have from just not only clients but also from realtors is that they attack the loan the loan product.
I'm laughing. He's watching me just crack up.
Got me started on a hot issue here.
Yeah.
They attack
For
the loan.
realtors especially, we've definitely felt the pain.
Yeah, they attack the loan product, and like I said, everybody's situation is different.
True.
You know, whether you're putting 0 down, 5% down, 25% down. But I've had people say, well, we don't want to accept this FHA deal. We don't want to accept this VA deal because they're going to tear it apart. One of the things that we haven't talked about yet is insurance.
Oh, and that's killing us right now. It is absolutely killing us.
You know, we live in the Sunshine State, the beaches, Mickey Mouse. We have a lot of things going for us, but also being in a peninsula and hanging out there with hurricanes.
Happy hurricane season, y'all.
Insurance companies have been very critical.
Right.
Very critical. So it's one of the elements, not just what's the property, what's the interest rate, what's the process, looking at insurance. That's one of the things that we help the customer to shop for.
That's awesome.
There's so many things from the initial conversation, finding out what their needs are, and then really hand-holding that customer. So you said, you know, people, how do they get started, or why are they nervous? Mm-hmm. We really try to untangle all that stuff and make it just simple, right? As the mortgage lender, that's my job, to walk them through the process, to help them in a comfortable payment. We don't want to, I have a lot of my own slang that I use. We don't want to shoehorn somebody, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to squeeze you into a payment.
Right.
We want them to be comfortable, really have all the needs for their family. That's where you as the realtor come in, finding that right property. But that's kind of what we do, right? The payment, the insurance part, put all these pieces together to make their dream come true.
Oh, that is a tall order, let me tell you. But you seem to be doing a fantastic job about it. So all of those that are out there listening today that have felt comfortable with how you're speaking and have felt a connection with you, how do they get in touch with you?
So the easiest way is to just call me.
Well, that would help, yeah.
My cell phone is the best contact, 352-895-4799. Also, we have our own website, Union Home Mortgage. You can Google Union Home Mortgage, Ocala. It'll lead you to any of our lenders on our team. I mentioned there's more than just me. There's John Celebre, Jeff Hill, Mike Zeisk, Pepper Kinzer, and we all have years in the industry, a lot of knowledge.
How many years have you been doing this?
Oh man,
I promise not to ask you any really super tough questions with that one.
yeah,
Really.
since 2006. So
Oh wow.
I've been in mortgages for quite a while.
You're coming up on 20 years pretty soon.
Yeah, I know, the gray hair shows.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So Andrea, you asked me about mortgages. What are some of the things that I guess you want to discuss as far as the real estate search?
Honestly, I think our biggest difficulty is that fear that people have. It's just kind of fear of the unknown. So that was why I really wanted to have you on here, because as a realtor, of course, I work with lenders all the time. But I've noticed more and more that people are so worried about getting told no that they don't even ask, or they're worried to ask. So they start asking me questions that are really, I had it just today. Somebody was asking questions that really should go to a lender. And of course, I'm not qualified to answer them. I may have an idea, but I don't have the experience in exactly, and the changes. I mean, there's drastic changes that occur within the lending industry that I wouldn't know about. I don't get the same kind of emails that you get, I'm sure. I get different ones. So having that, I mean, what advice would you give? What would you tell somebody that is just really worried that they're going to be told no?
The best advice that I could give for anybody is to get started early. Pre-qualification, I mean, really, you should be getting pre-qualified at least 3 months before you even start your home search.
Right.
Credit is 30 to 60 days in the arrears. So what I mean by that is if you do something today, you open a new credit card, it's not going to hit the bureaus, the 3 bureaus, for 30 days, possibly 60. So many people come to me and they call me, hey, I'm in the driveway, I'm so excited, and we saw this house, and the realtor's great, and we want to sign a contract, and what do we do next?
Get me the pre-qual now.
They're going about it backwards.
Yes.
They should have started that 3 months earlier. All right. They should have been ready. I know what I qualify for. I have all the pieces together. Now let's go look for a home.
It's nice to hear you say that, because when I say that and I'm like, look, we can go shopping. I have no problem with house shopping, even if it's just for me. I love looking at houses, or else I wouldn't be doing this. But I tell them, you really need to get pre-qualified first. They're like, oh, yeah, you don't want to go and show me houses until, you can get proof that I have the money. I see how it is. All you salespeople are the same. And it's like, no, I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to be taking you to a driveway. You find your dream home. And I say, I'm so sorry. Somebody else got it because they already had their pre-qual. So, I mean, it's great that you're the one saying it.
Well, and in this market, inventory is tight.
It is.
I really don't think pre-qualification is enough. So back to the steps, we'll go all the way to step 1 and move forward. Good introductory conversation. Tell me what your needs are. Moving to a pre-qualification where we can review the credit, maybe identify things to boost your credit score. And then really going for an approval. So we have a certified buyer program at Union Home Mortgage, and our certified buyer program is taking a full file, just as if that customer is already in contract for a home. We want to underwrite and process that file to where when they go shopping, they're already approved. The only thing we need is a contract, title work, and the way that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have been changing the system, possibly an appraisal waiver where we can skip the appraisal process.
You've been seeing a lot of that lately?
I have started to get more appraisal waivers.
Wow. And so it's not even a desktop appraisal. It is a straight waiver.
It is, in a sense, it's a technology thing. Fannie Mae's computer is going out. They're seeing what recent sales are in the area. They know the bedroom, bathroom count, the square footage. They know all of the particulars about the homes in the area that have recently sold. And the computer is matching that to our subject property, and it's turning out a value.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, we're not having no waivers. It's just a different type of appraisal.
It's using technology.
Sorry, appraisal, not waiver.
Yeah, it's utilizing technology, AI.
Well, I can absolutely guarantee that, working with you, you're not going to say no to somebody. You're going to say, not yet. Here's the steps. How can I walk with you through those steps? And that's what I love about working with the lenders that I work with. Because
Exactly.
you guys understand.
So the whole thing, back to the roadmap, I mean, there is an approval in everybody's course. But it's just, is that approval here day one? Or is that approval 30, 60 days out? What do we have to possibly clean up or straighten out?
And you can see that and give them advice on it.
Yes, and that's why the pre-qualification, step one, that's why it's so important to do that.
That's amazing.
At least 3 months early.
Right. So even if they're not quite ready to buy now, they should at least start the process. So when they are ready, they're
Absolutely.
ready.
Absolutely. Because you don't want to, I can't tell you how many times I pull somebody's credit. I've pulled credit for a director of the bank that I worked for. And I told him, I said, you have a medical collection.
Speaking of that, I actually had a dental collection and I did not know about it at all. They had never sent me anything. And then somebody was calling me and saying that I owed $45, which of course I called the dentist and was like, excuse me, what? But I would have had a collection on my account. Yeah. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I'm like, really? You're going to put $45 on my... Really? But they will.
So you told me that the listeners love facts and where can they go. One of the things, even if you don't start with a lender, annualcreditreport.com. Annualcreditreport.com is a government-sponsored website. You can pull your credit report from all 3 bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And it's really the only website that I would recommend because of the fact that it's verified and it's government sponsored. The reason the government has set this up, they want you to go out, pull your credit report. You can get at least one free report per bureau per year, and you can find out, did you have a possible medical collection that you didn't know about? Has somebody taken your identity? It's a great way
That's huge.
to stop identity theft.
Right.
And then the bureaus themselves, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, have really made their websites a lot more user-friendly to where you can find out ways to improve your credit score. They give tips directly on their website.
That is fantastic. That right there is a huge, huge tip. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking to everyone today. I really appreciate you coming on because, again, this is definitely not my area of expertise. So I appreciate you coming and sharing your area of expertise with everyone. And one more time, how does everyone get a hold of you? So
the best way is to really just contact me by phone. My cell phone number, 352-895-4799. And I'm David Drozdowski with Union Home Mortgage. And you can also just Google Union Home Mortgage Ocala, and you would find myself or anybody else on the team.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. All right, right after this, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about Market Watch, and we're also going to be talking about all things there is to do in Ocala today. So stay tuned for that.
At Great Expectations Realty, we believe that you should expect more from your real estate experience. When you hire a realtor to sell your home, you should expect experienced advice on staging your home, professional photography, aerial photos, virtual video tours, and a national presence online to advertise your home to the largest pool of buyers. Your realtor should communicate from start to finish, and always remember this is your home. You are in the driver's seat.
Welcome back. We appreciate you joining us again. And we are going to do a real quick synopsis of what is going on with the market in the last 7 days. We had new listings, 231. We had price increases, 20. And can you guess what I'm about to say? Yep, that's right. Price decreases were at 244. So we had more price decreases than we had houses coming on the market. Back on the market, we had 55, which is definitely a reduction from last week. Sold, though, we only had 158. Which is a little surprising. I'm sure you're surprised as I am. But we do still have houses going pending. We had 205. So almost as many houses are under contract as have actually come on the market. So we are still seeing things sell. We're just maybe seeing them sell for a little bit less. And I think those interest rates definitely have something to do with that. So yeah, let me go ahead and tell you some good news. Today we are going to have all sorts of fun stuff to do around and about Ocala. We have the downtown market, which is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you still have plenty of time to get down there. It's on the corner of Southeast 3rd Street and Southeast 3rd Avenue. Can't forget that address. It's really close to downtown. We also still have the Summer Kids Film Festival over at the Marion Theater. It's only $3 and it includes a kids combo, and the movies are adorable. So definitely take the kids down there for that. It's a really inexpensive way to cool off in the AC. And maybe since you're already downtown, take them over to the splash pads. All splash pads are open all over the county. So go out and check those out. It's a fantastic benefit we have to being citizens of Marion County, and a great bit of fun there. You can also go over to Regal Cinemas every Tuesday and Wednesday. First show of the day is only $2 movie tickets, and it includes Minions: The Rise of Gru, which my kids assure me is a really, really good movie. We have the aquatic fun centers that are open, but please be warned, some of their hours might be reduced because they're having difficulty finding lifeguards. So just check with them before you head out. There's nothing worse than taking your kids to the pool, having them all dressed up and slathered with suntan lotion and sunscreen, and them not having the pool open. So I've done that. It's not fun. So definitely check those hours before you head out. We also have American Ranch Horse Association, the 2022 World Show, and that's of course at the World Equestrian Center. It's exciting, right? That is going on until the 23rd. You can see awards, and there's food and drink as well, so check that out. We also have the Ride Now Power Sports has a back to school bash, and that is today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This one is for the kiddos of Marion County, so bring the family out for fun. They're going to have face painting, music, food trucks, of course, and all of this is helping to raise donations for local nonprofit organization, Kimberly Center for Child Protection, which is a fantastic program and organization. So check out the aquatic fun centers. Like I said, they do have different hours of operation right now, but they are definitely open, and it's something I definitely highly recommend that you take advantage of. We also have the fast. I know I was not talking about it much before, but I am a convert. I've definitely been going to the pool down there. It's fantastic. They've got the floridafast.com website if you want to check out the pool schedule. It's fairly inexpensive, especially for seniors. $5 for all day pass for a senior citizen. And then for kids 10 and under, it's the same, $5. For adults, it's only $8. So not bad, especially it's all day. It does have a splash pad if you have younger kids. The outdoor pool is absolutely amazing. The indoor pool, I would say, is more for a more expert swimmer. The shallow end is 10 feet deep. So not something for those that don't know how to swim. It is more for a lap swimming only. It's awesome. It's amazing, beautiful, very clean. It's gorgeous. But the indoor pool, definitely not for a beginner. We also have lots of Ocala summer camps available. We've got the Appleton Museum of Art has a summer camp going on. It's back with a full schedule, and this is for ages 4 and up. Camp tuition includes a daily snack and water, so please check that out. We have the Graceway Academy summer camp that is going on until July 28th. We have Picasso's Palette summer camp, which is going on until August 5th, so please check that out. Balcony summer camp, if you've got a gymnast in your family, ages 5 through 12, that's going on until August 5th. And then one of my favorite places, Discovery Center, they have ages 7 through 12, and that's going on until July 29th. And they're doing spy science, I believe, this week, so that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the YMCA, Frank DeLuca YMCA summer camp is still going on until August 5th. So check out some of those summer camps. If your kids are telling you I'm bored, normally at my house, that means they're doing chores or soon will be. But if you want to be a much nicer parent than I am, you can probably take them out to some of the summer camps out there. So thank you so much once again, David, for joining us. And please, once again, how does everyone get in touch with you?
Union Home Mortgage. You can Google for the website, or you can call me by phone, 352-895-4799. Thank you so much for having me, and so many great things going on in Ocala today.
It really is. All right. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
Call Great Expectations Realty at 352-817-9160 or go online to greatexpectationsrealty.com to get your free analysis of your home's market price. Great Expectations Realty. Expect more from real estate.